They're intrigued by her confidence, but may also feel like they can't offer her enough. Hello and welcome to iDivas. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tricia, and I'm passionate about inspiring women to not just hang in there, but to thrive. Ladies, let's get one thing straight. How a man sees you dictates how he treats you. This might sting, but it's true. And you may want to hear me out here. This is not about turning into some cookie cutter version of femininity to please a guy. No, this is about you knowing who you are and commanding the respect you deserve by owning that energy. Let's dig into what kind of woman you are by examining a few archetypes and what they signal to the men in your life. So let's get started. Now, the first archetype we're going to discuss is the ride or die chick. We all know her. She's loyal to a fault, ready to hold down her man through thick and thin, even when he doesn't deserve it. She's the type who will bail him out, both emotionally and sometimes literally. Forgive cheating and say, "But he loves me," when her friends beg her to leave. Now, men see the ride or die chick as dependable, but in all the wrong ways. To them, she's the woman who'll stick around no matter how bad they mess up. They may appreciate her loyalty, but they don't respect it. Respect comes from knowing there are limits, and the ride or die often doesn't set them. Don't get me wrong, loyalty is a beautiful thing when it's mutual and deserved. But being loyal to someone who doesn't value you, that's straight up self-sabotage. Ask yourself if your loyalty is being rewarded with the same energy. If not, it's time to cut him loose. The second archetype, the independent woman. She's got her own. She doesn't need a man to take care of her because she can take care of herself, and thriving while doing it. Career-driven, goal-oriented, and headstrong. She's focused on her personal success. This woman doesn't play games and doesn't wait around for validation. This one's tricky. Some men see the independent woman as a boss, strong, capable, and deserving of respect, while others, they feel threatened because men have been socialized to think they're the providers, and an independent woman disrupts that narrative. A man who feels secure in himself will find her power attractive. An insecure man, he'll either try to tear her down or ghost her because he doesn't feel needed. Ladies, stay in your lane and don't shrink yourself to accommodate fragile egos. The right man will be secure enough to see your independence as an asset, not a threat. Then there's the nurturer. She's the caring, empathetic soul who just wants to take care of everyone. She listens, she heals, and loves deeply. And she's there for her man 24/7, often at the expense of her own needs. Men often see the nurturers as the safe space. She's the one they turn to for comfort, support, and care, knowing she'll fix everything. But there's one catch. While they appreciate all she gives, they also start to treat her like their personal emotional caretaker. In extreme cases, men see her as a motherly figure instead of a partner, loving but not always sexy or exciting. If a man is emotionally unavailable, he'll love that the nurturer is always there to pick up the pieces, but he won't reciprocate the same energy. Ladies, make sure the nurturing is reciprocal, and if it's not, do not be afraid to step back and just let them figure things out on their own. Number 4, the femme fatale. She's got that mysterious, sexy vibe that draws men in like a magnet. The femme fatale knows her power and isn't afraid to use it. She oozes confidence, owns her sexuality, and keeps men on their toes. Most men are mesmerized by the femme fatale. She's the woman they desire but can't quite pin down. To them, she's a challenge, a woman who knows her worth and isn't going to settle for just anyone. She's often seen as elusive, someone to chase rather than someone to keep. Men often approach her with a mix of desirability and uncertainty. They're intrigued by her confidence, but may also feel like they can't offer her enough. Some men might even try to bring her down a peg or two because they see her independence and sexuality as a threat to their control. Ladies, embrace your power. Do not let men confuse your confidence for a lack of emotional depth. Let them know that while you own your sensuality, you also expect respect and emotional availability. Then there's the good enough woman. She's cool, laid back, and doesn't ask for much. She's the one who's there, supportive, but never overbearing, always willing to just go with the flow. Some men see the good enough woman as convenient. She's there. She doesn't cause waves, and she doesn't ask for more than they're willing to give. But others may overlook her completely, mistaking her kindness for complacency. She often gets the bare minimum. Men may treat her as a fallback option, assuming that she'll stick around even when they're not giving 100%. They like her for her stability, but they don't necessarily prioritize her. To break free, stop settling for less just because it's good enough. You deserve more. Set your standards higher and don't be afraid to demand the love, attention, and respect you know you deserve. Now, last, the dream woman. She's the one who seems to check all the boxes effortlessly. She's confident, smart, sexy, nurturing, independent, all wrapped up in a package that feels almost too good to be true. But here's the thing though. The dream woman isn't flawless. What makes her dreamy is the balance she strikes between embracing her power and her vulnerability. She's the woman who knows how to walk into a room and own it without saying a word. The dream woman isn't defined by one archetype. She's a mix of many. She has the loyalty of the ride or die chick, the independence of the boss lady, the nurturing warmth of a caregiver, and the allure of the femme fatale. But she doesn't let one role consume her identity. She definitely knows when to dial each part up or down, keeping the men on their toes, but never playing games. Her strength doesn't diminish her softness, and her vulnerability doesn't compromise her confidence. She embraces her multifaceted self and isn't afraid to live out every side of her personality. She attracts men who are secure, confident, and ready to show up in a real way. Men know they can't half-step with her because she won't tolerate it. However, weak men may try to tear her down out of insecurity, attempting to make her feel like she's too much or asking too much. She doesn't fall for that nonsense though. So ask yourself, what kind of woman are you? And more importantly, are you okay with how men treat you based on that? If not, take a step back. Check your self-perception and realign if necessary. The way you see yourself is the way men and the world will see you, and ultimately how they'll treat you. Own your narrative and let the world and the men in it fall in line. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.